Wait. What? Call it a hunch. Die, bitch. That was amazing. There are these moments in anime, and that was one of them. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyle, and I watch anime and all that good stuff. Today, we have Frieren, episode 10, A Powerful Mage. I just watched episode 9, which was incredible. Got to see a lot of cool fights, and we are about to get into the thick of it with Frieren versus Aura the Guillotine. And who knows? I don't know if Fern and Stark are even going to show up to the fight because they just beat the other two demons. So that was really cool to see. Stark kind of overcoming the physical attacks from the demon and just absolutely putting her on ice. That was awesome to see with his lightning strike. And then we had Fern, who's just an absolute beast of a mage in her own right, and she defeated Lugiard. They're really just showing how powerful they are. And I was wondering before, I think I mentioned in another episode, if they were gonna like save Frieren or help her in this fight with Aura the Guillotine, you know, maybe as like a Frieren letting them help her and, you know, showing their badassery when she didn't actually need the help, or maybe she actually does need the help because apparently these sages are very strong, and who knows, maybe Frieren gets tricked or something like that. You know, you never know with these types of stories what's going to happen. Frieren could just blast this bitch into another dimension and we'd be done with it and move on with our adventure, but something tells me it's not going to be super easy, so we are going to have to find out what is going to take this bitch down. I guess I kind of forgot about it, but maybe something happens with the barrier to either the church or the town. The priest mentioned that the barrier for the church wasn't as strong as the one in the town, so I'm like, maybe something's gonna happen there. Like maybe the demons break through there and Fern and Stark have to defend the leader of the town. I forget his name. It's like Grot or something like that. Not Drot, but something similar. So we are gonna have to see. Yeah, we got the whole scale, the power scale thing that Aura has, and Frieren was apparently using a lot of different spells the first time that she fought Aura, and Aura was talking bad about Himmel, and you should not do that around Frieren, okay? That is problem number one. Don't fucking talk bad about her boy, aight? So let's just dive in. Episode 10, A Powerful Mage. Let's do it. Where are we? Sandals? Oh, is it Frieren and Flamas? Or Flama?
Flama? You mean master.
Master.
What is it? Do you really think the way you dealt with them was unfair?
Dealt with who?
Frieren. Do you remember Basalt's final words before he perished? Why would I bother? Their kind only uses words to deceive. Smart girl. They are nothing more than monsters that can imitate the human tongue. I call them demons, and take it from an expert, they are all the same. They don't play fair, so we have no choice but to take their lead and deceive doubly so. If this could be the secret to exterminating their species, then I will gladly embrace the dishonor it entails.
Dishonor? Okay, so that was a pre-intro. Also, I apologize for like 2 episodes. I was saying Flamas. Flama. No S. That's like the worst when you hear people mispronouncing something. But now I know. I got it. I didn't notice it until now, the shaking of Aizen's hand in the intro. Let's do it. Episode 10. Yeah, the aftermath here.
The bleeding won't stop. This is the end.
It would seem your plan has failed rather badly.
Yes, perhaps. But Frieren won't make it out unscathed. By this hour, I'm sure she and Lady Aura have begun to clash. Decades ago, we were forced to retreat by the party of heroes.
Yeah, what
This
happened?
time, she has no heroes to hide behind. I do admit your ally poses a threat to us, but her mana is no match for my ladies. If Frieren attacks her head-on, she'll most certainly lose the fight.
Oh,
In
shit.
that case, I have no doubt my mistress will win. She would never directly engage a demon, especially not one that's so powerful. She'll kill Aura by tricking her.
Nice.
Nonsense. I know this mage. Frieren the Slayer has never once fought us from the shadows. Why then do I feel something is wrong?
Well, you're
This
dying.
girl's mana is weak. Yet I was overwhelmed by the sheer number of her rapid attacks. How was she able to execute such powerful magic without exhausting her mana?
Ooh. We're gonna know the secret.
I see. Is such a thing even possible? So
Frieren.
Frieren does the same. Too afraid to fight fair. Both you and your teacher are a disgrace to the title of mage.
I assure you, Mistress Frieren knows that better than anyone else.
Wait. What? Big reveal coming? Flama.
What horrors await today? This is an elven village.
What? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, my God. We're learning. Oh, my God.
Basalt the Throne, a general of the Demon King's army.
Basalt.
He must have led his forces here to destroy this town. Speak up, girl. Was it you who killed him? You look near dead yourself.
She sees.
Good bit of mana you have there. You must be powerful. You took them head on, didn't you? A brute in disguise. That was a foolish mistake. I don't know why people prefer an honest playing field. Run or hide or take them by surprise. You're working both safer and smarter if you do.
Yeah.
I can't understand the way strong mages think.
Doesn't matter how you win.
Huh?
You should understand exactly how I think. I'm certain you are far more powerful a mage than I.
And what makes you say that?
Here we
Call it
go.
a hunch.
Call it a hunch.
Interesting. Have a name?
Oh.
What happened to the village?
Its people are dead. Not even the women and children were spared.
I couldn't save them. Being their strongest didn't do me any good.
Did she black
Trying
out?
to save them at all was silly. If it were me, one side of those monsters would have sent me for the hills.
Put me down.
No. You have potential. You're going to be my apprentice.
Oh.
Don't forget I saved your life. If I hadn't shown up, you would be sharing a grave with that demon. You failed to protect your village and nearly yourself. You would have died in vain. But luckily, I was there to assist.
Wait, what?
Behind us. These are stronger than the general you killed.
Really? Now we get to see Flama.
Fascinating creatures, aren't they? They fully intended to catch us off guard by concealing their mana until just before they struck.
I
But the
love
moment
the
they
demon
realized
design.
we were mages, they waltzed out into the open with grandeur. They are cunning and they never play fair. But every
Never.
last one of them has a ridiculous sense of pride when it comes to magic.
You may leave, human mage. Once you put down the elf girl, that is.
And you'll
Nope.
let me go free if I do as you say.
Massacre the elves, now. Those were the Demon King's orders. Your existence matters not
Well.
to me.
How thoughtful.
Quite the orders.
Frieren, you were right before. I'm painfully aware of how a powerful mage thinks. Much like I'm aware of how these creatures think. I know the absolute faith they have in these magics they've poured their lives into studying. In other words, I know they're an arrogant and overconfident breed.
Is magic not real? What does she
Frieren,
have control
They
of?
lacked your perception and quickly judged me a weakling. Though I admit they were exceptional mages, their overconfidence cost them their lives.
By controlling the release of your mana, you hid your strength so they didn't see you as a threat.
That's right. I deceive and kill my enemies by allowing them to miscalculate my power. It is a cowardly and unfair way to fight that makes a mockery of the art of magic itself.
Okay, got it. Hey, suppress your power level. Dragon Ball Z is all up in this anime. She's reading. Learning.
Your injuries are looking much better.
Dude, her mana
I'd
was
say
like
it's time we begin your training.
a waterfall, like in
Flama?
width.
You mean master?
The demons took all that I've
Well,
ever known
backstory.
from me.
Me too.
I wish to eradicate every last one.
Hmm.
Me
I see.
too.
But I love magic and hold great respect for it.
You
She-
and I are the same.
Loves it?
That's why we should be the only ones who can make a mockery of it. Protect it through cowardice.
What do you suppose I should do to train?
Try limiting the mana you release to 1/10 of its typical volume.
1/10.
Impressive. You're controlling it well.
I imagine any elf could do something so simple.
While you do that, we'll spend time on fundamentals. Work to raise the base of your mana.
Is that really all?
Easy enough.
Do I stop suppressing my mana whenever I feel like it, or whenever you tell me to? It'll get tiring if I do it for too long.
You'll do it for as long as I have. For life. If you
Life.
can, you'll fool demonkind for the rest of your days.
I see. They have no idea.
I sense Lord Lugnier is dead.
Slaughtered like the rest of your executioners. Do you see your failure,
Too
Aura?
strong.
That I do. 'Tis a shame indeed. However, if I defeat you here and now, their sacrifice won't have been for naught.
You
At
don't
the
stand
beginning
a
of our
chance.
skirmish, you made it your priority to release as many immortal soldiers from my control as you could. All that work cost you. Was it wise to expend so much of your mana right in front of me?
The scales of obedience.
Here we go.
When two souls are placed opposite each other, whichever has more mana forces the other to submit. Only someone with as much mana as Aura could handle this sort of risky magic so casually. Generally speaking, a person's mana increases in proportion to time spent training. I can feel it in the power pouring off her.
That's a lot.
She's a great demon who has lived for over 500 years and has spent the majority of that time training.
Frieren's 1,000 years old. Plus.
500 years. That's
But
fairly long-lived for her.
I can't
kind.
wait to see.
I doubt she's been challenged before. I can tell that much from the mana overflowing from her body.
Hers
she
is
has no
going to be.
tricks up her sleeve.
Hers
as
is gonna
demons don't conceal
swallow.
their mana. They can't afford to. I pity you.
Here it comes. Your scale's going to break.
Vasilisa.
Master? Demons are quite cunning creatures, are they not? So why haven't they thought to constantly suppress their mana like you do?
Because they don't even know. They have no idea.
I'm sure they would if they could. Demons are individualists by nature, but form the frailest connections needed to stand a chance against humankind. The
They're too
barest
prideful.
society needs what to function?
Order, I suppose.
That's right. Even an organization of monsters needs someone of importance to lead it. Humans need the same. Importance is determined by status and wealth. In our world,
Blah.
those who have both get to rule. Look at that well-dressed fellow leaving the palace. He's clearly important. But humans have no innate way of showing that. So, for others to know he's someone of note, he has to put on the trappings of rank.
So demons are different then.
Despite their performance of civilization, demons haven't changed a bit since beasthood. Might makes right. Far more straightforward than us humans. You can tell who's strong by looking at them.
Got it.
Their mana?
Mana is everything to their kind, much like status and wealth are to ours. It's dignity itself. Now, there is a chance they may
Very
temporarily
prideful.
suppress their mana for the sake of stealth, but none are foolish enough to forfeit their standing to constantly suppress their power. It's the difference between a noble sneaking out into town in disguise and that same noble debasing themselves by abandoning their station entirely.
Right.
Demons know nothing of charity and would never grant dignity to those with little mana. Their world is a cold and cruel one.
High
So,
mana or
the
bust.
stronger an individual is, the more desperate they are to show it off. Unlike us, for them there's no benefit in constantly suppressing their mana. The thought doesn't so much as cross their minds.
Stupid.
In a way, I pity them. Just as we are bound by the places we live and the clothing we can afford, demons are bound by mana. Magic is the very lifeblood of their species, but for all their unrivaled love for it, the poor fools can't even control their mana.
Fucking love it.
Frieren, you're very lucky you aren't a demon.
I know I am. I couldn't deceive them if I were.
It's been 3 years since you began suppressing your mana. I
Look at
suppose
that.
I was right about you after all.
3 years of suppressing.
You've
wanna-
grown much better at that.
Want to see it unleashed.
Now tell me, you still love magic, don't you?
That was rather out of the blue, Master. But yes, somewhat.
Your confidence has waned over time. Long ago, you told me you loved the craft with fervor.
Yeah.
It's only been 50 years since then.
A smart girl. All this time, and the only thing I've taught my apprentice to do is fight. Magic fit for revenge.
Is that something you regret?
Not a bit. No
Okay.
one's better suited to hold on to the secrets of my magic than you. You're going to live a long life.
Yeah.
Perhaps someday you'll become strong enough to defeat the Demon King.
Perhaps.
Frieren, I do have one request.
What is it?
All I ask is that you plant flowers around my grave.
Oh.
That doesn't seem like you.
I know. Frieren, I have a spell that creates a field of flowers. To tell you the truth, it's actually my favorite one. My parents taught it to me when I was a girl. It's what made me fall in love with magic.
And I'd like you to teach it to me.
Yes.
Listen to me, Frieren. You must never seek to leave your mark on history. There's safety in obscurity. And once you've finally defeated the Demon King, rest assured the whole world shall know your name.
Oh. And then she was on her own. Still suppressing. She has to be so strong, dude. Learning. Oh, look at that thing! That was so cool! And civilization grew. The town.
I've heard
The
a
boys.
seasoned mage lives somewhere in these woods. Is that mage you?
Seasoned in the sense I've been around, perhaps.
When they
I've done
met.
precious little with my years. I'm in no way exceptional.
What do you think, Haiter?
The boys.
I would say she has approximately 1/5 of the mana I do. Fairly middle of the road.
Way to make a first impression. Now move along. You don't have business with a mediocre mage, do you?
No, but you're easily the strongest mage I've ever laid eyes on.
And what would make you say that?
He knows.
Call it a hunch.
Oh, Himmel knew. Himmel knew.
Auslesa.
The scale is gonna fucking break. You have no idea what you're doing.
You seem awfully happy with yourself. Are you so certain you'll win, Aura?
We'll find out soon enough. Frieren the Slayer. It's been 80 years since you made your first meaningful appearance in this world. With a party of heroes, you defeated the Demon King. It makes one wonder just how long you've had to study your magic. Unfortunately for you, it matters not how many years you've managed to survive. Your mana tells me everything I need to know. I can see it clearly. There is no question you're an exceptional mage, but your mana itself is unimpressive. I would wager you've had no more than 100 years training. Not only that, it's been 80 years and you haven't grown a bit. Were you honing other skills instead of increasing your mana? Or were you piddling your life away? Just
Wait
as
until she
expected,
sees.
you are absolutely no match for me.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
As you can see, I win.
Oh, you win.
I shall consider it an honor to sever the head of the Slayer myself.
No expression. Love
I'm
it.
shocked that it wasn't even necessary to exhaust her mana. I needn't have been so cautious. Though she did defeat a decent amount of my troops.
They're
I'll have
hers
to
now.
replenish them later. What's this? The scales are starting to tip in her direction.
You're the one who opted to gamble with my soul, Aura. To tell
Sorry.
you the truth, I would have been in real trouble if you had tried to overwhelm me with numbers. I'm grateful for your overconfidence when it comes to your mana.
Thanks.
Now
Bye.
I can finally defeat you.
Oh, can you now?
You really should have figured it out. I've been suppressing my mana. A grave miscalculation on your
For
part, Aura.
many years.
Valiant last-ditch effort. But there's no chance that could have escaped my notice. There wasn't a hint of the instability or variation in your mana output that comes with suppression.
She's been hiding it for
I'm
fucking hundreds of
surprised.
years.
Demons are capable of observing mana with such accuracy. Seems my master was right in her methods after all. I've spent the better part of my life in a constant state of suppression. It has become natural for me.
You're dimmer than I thought. Why would you ever do something so foolish?
Foolish, yes, but powerful.
Not foolish.
It lets me defeat your kind.
Yep.
This is absurd! I'm a great demon who has lived for over 500 years!
You're a baby.
Aura, the one standing before you, is a great mage who's lived for over 1,000.
It's so fucking wide, dude.
Frieren, just as demons deceive mankind with their words, you must deceive them with your mana.
Aura, kill yourself.
This can't be... No. How could I ever...
That was so cold. Fucking die, bitch. Dude, I thought she was gonna like tell her army to attack her, or our army to attack her, but she said, kill yourself. Oh my god, that was amazing. Oh, you dumb bitch. You dumb bitch. I was waiting to see what her mana looked like. I wanted to see like the physical representation of it, because they were focusing on like how it looks when it's suppressed, and they showed what ours kind of looked like, and Frieren's is just like a fucking redwood tree times fucking 5. It's just this gigantic fucking mana waterfall. Oh man, that was so great. So great to see. There are these moments in anime, and that was one of them. And this is only episode 10, so I can only imagine what's gonna happen like as we get closer to 28. Man, there are like huge episodes that stick out in certain animes, and that's probably one of them right there. Like the fucking mic drop moment. You're a sage, right? You're one of the 7. Think you're this big badass. The pride, the amount of pride and boasting that Aura was doing, and just like having zero awareness is just crazy. So Flama has taught Frieren well. Hundreds of years of suppressing her power to never show her hand. And then what's beautiful is anybody who sees it isn't here to tell anybody else, because once she finally shows it, it's game over and you have to die, because then the jig would be up. Even if they knew how, well, I guess they would approach her differently if they knew how powerful she was. But this makes me, oh my god, I want to see what happened with the Demon King, with Frieren and the group. They looked like so nonchalant when they killed the Demon King with like the horn there. I wonder what happened in that fight. Anyway, super cool episode. One of my favorites for sure. The build up to that moment was so fantastic. We had a flashback. Also, wait. Oh my god, I'm like remembering the scene where Aura says the spell name for the scales, and she like brings it up, and there was like a few split second frames of the Demon King fight and something else. I almost want to go back and watch that, but I don't want to, like, I almost feel like it's like a spoiler within the episode. Like, it can't be a spoiler, right, per se, because they're showing it to you, but it kind of is. Does that make sense? Anyway, I don't want to go back and watch it like frame by frame, because I feel like just seeing that flash by was cool enough. It was like, what's going on? And then it goes to when Frieren was young. Also, we got to see Frieren at her, I guess, hometown. I guess that was her hometown. She didn't mention mom or dad or anything like that. And she stood up to that demon and beat him. Or I'm a little confused on that too. I don't know if Frieren beat him or Flama helped her. Because when they were leaving, Flama kind of said, like, you're only alive because I showed up, like wink wink, like I helped you. So I'm not sure about that. Be careful with spoilers. I know I'm like kind of begging the question and like asking things, so to speak, but I don't want to know the answers to a lot of the things that I say, I guess, if that makes sense. You guys have been pretty good about it, so I appreciate all of the super detailed comments you guys have been leaving me. This has honestly been like such a fun experience. There's been a little bit of the subverse dub stuff that we had to get through, guys. We had to get through that, but I really love all the comments. It's so fun watching a brand new anime and like getting to talk to people about it. Like that's the best. That's the best. Oh man, I'm like losing my voice now because I've been talking so much for the past like 2 hours here. I kind of want to just watch that episode again. But I have to get to editing now. So I got to get to doing that. But all right, guys, thank you so much if you got this far in the video. I really appreciate that. That means you're a freaking diehard of the channel. And as always, I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.